Hello, and thanks for coming back to the table, catching up with former NFL star Orson Charles about his journey to the NFL and the lessons that he's learned along the way. After 7 years of playing professional football, he decided to hang up the cleats and dive into real estate. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's an interesting transition. Mm-hmm. Why real estate?
So my uncle owned his construction company when I was 12. So I would go after practice and go work with him and make $10 an hour. But what drew me to that was at 5 o'clock, we'll see raw dirt. And at 6 o'clock, it's a whole house.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I built that with my uncle. So it was so fulfilling. So I knew when I went to school, I wanted to get a degree in development and real estate.
Right. And let me, did you finish college?
I did. I graduated in 2016.
So what is the lesson there for folks about, starting what you finish? A lot of kids are like, I'm going, college is my path to going to the league. Mm-hmm. But for some people, finishing is also as important.
Mm-hmm. So just like you said, if you start something, finish it. And my mom is always a proponent. If you start something, you finish it.
Mama's lessons again, right?
But then understanding that school is only going to help you, because once you get to the college level, it's playbooks that you have to understand. But then in the NFL, it's even bigger. So they're trying to see, hey, how well can you pick up a playbook and how fast can you? Get it messed up once? Okay. Twice, they start looking. The third time, you're cut. And it's just like that. So when I go and tell these kids, hey, stay in school, because you don't even know if you're going to make it.
Right. Biggest mistake you see young people make once they get drafted, or even before. Let's do it two parts. Before they get drafted, like the things that keep them from making it across the finish line. And then the follow-up being biggest mistakes they make right when they first get in.
So biggest mistake is celebrating before you get there. Already having a plan with your money, not even knowing how money really works. And then afterwards, trying to keep up with the Joneses. Like you get into the locker room, you're in the locker room with guys that played 10, 9 years. So they have some money. You're just coming in. You're trying to lay that foundation. Don't keep up with them. Stay in your own lane and keep up with yourself.
Was your mom helping you with your money? Did you get a financial planner? Like, how did you manage that when you saw the amount on that first contract?
So we was always structured because I knew that we didn't come from money, and I knew that I wanted to be able to pass things down to my family and my kids' kids. So if I was going to do that, why I'm going to waste money buying a car that I really don't even need. It didn't make sense.
This was about building generational wealth right out the gate. Mom, for you, what did you say when he was first there? I mean, you knew this was coming, but what did you say to sort of really kind of help keep him grounded and structured in terms of the mistakes and all the temptation and the spending?
Just know who you are and whose you are. I tell him, just, be focused, stay focused, and know what you're there to do. Yes.
And then once you get in the league, enjoying some success, how much pressure is it to keep performing, right? Because everybody's watching. Any given Sunday, you're going to have a great Sunday or it's going to be horrible. How do you manage those highs and lows just emotionally, especially in a league that is, male dominated, lots of testosterone, and everybody's expecting you to just be the best all the time?
So Andy Reid said this, and I would never forget it. He was like, you never want to be too high, but you never want to be too low. So once he said that, so always watch your film on how to be better, learn from it, and don't make that same mistake twice. So you keep that mindset, then you'll be able to keep on going.
Gotcha. Let's talk about the work. You started a nonprofit. Let's talk about that work and what do you do and why? Why is it important?
So the nonprofit, I gear towards the kids, but then my mom started this branch where we give back to Dominica. So they don't really have a lot of school supplies. So we gather up some materials and sent it back to Dominica so they can have an education, because that's very important. So when I gear towards the kids, I did an event March 16th called The Locker Room. And the locker room was pretty much a space where we feel comfortable communicating and talking as men. So if I want to break that now, I want to get back to them. So I want to make sure that they feel seen, heard, reaffirm them, give them the identity who Christ say that they are, and build a relationship with them.
What kind of questions our viewers are looking at some of the pictures from these different programs. What kind of questions do kids ask you?
So normally you get that football question, but then I dial it back. I'm like, hey, how are you? Are you okay? What are you going through? How are you feeling? Do you know how to tap into your emotion? And then I just sit there and listen to them, because a lot of people not ask them how they're feeling. So that's why we have so many violence on the street, because they're so bottled up and angry because they don't know what to do with it. I did it. So we talked about those incidents. I was so angry because I didn't have my father. I was so angry afterwards after playing ball, so I had to go do something. So once I really went to therapy and dived into it, Oh, okay.
Did someone have to shove you into therapy, or were you like, okay, I get it, it's time. I need to do some introspection here?
Life did. That last incident, I was almost gone. So
In 2022?
In 2022. So when I had my hands up, I was like, no, life is not supposed to be like this. I don't have a wife. I don't have kids. I wanted to be a father, so because I didn't have one. I know my mom was supposed to bury me first. So all those things started to come up. So I was like, all right, well, what are we going to do? So I found my counselor with Cigna. The NFL provides that. And then we just dived right into it.
Yeah, it sounds like that was having conversations that you'd not had a chance to have in that way.
Yes.
May I ask, are you still in therapy? Do you still?
1,000%. It's very important because we have so much weight on our shoulders. Who are we talking to?
Yeah.
But it starts at a younger age. A little boy falls, what do they say? Hey, get up, you're okay. No. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't talk about it, it's just going to build up.
Did you hurt
over time.
anything? Is anything still sore?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. I like
you.
that. All right. Stay with us. And up next, you're going to meet 16-year-old Javon Bowser. He wants to play professional football, and Orson has some good advice on how he can get there. Keep it right there. The conversation continues. Going to get some good advice for Javon and all the other folks out there listening when we return. Hey there, Portia here. Listen, that was a good conversation, wasn't it? Want to see the rest of it? Just go to portiashow.com, scroll down until you see that particular episode. But listen, before you scroll on out of here, I need you to do me a favor, please. Like, comment, let us know what you thought of that episode, and subscribe. And if you already are a subscriber, we sure appreciate you. In the meantime, we'll be sure to see you on the next episode of Portia, and you can catch us weeknights on Fox Soul as well. Tell your friends. Tell them to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.